Hey podcast, gonna be deploying some free golf lessons, donating my time to a local golf course here in Orlando just for a case study. I'm gonna be documenting the free lesson program for KPI Golf.
This is the Golf Essentials Podcast with Casey Borg.
It's been a long time since I've stood on a lesson tee and given golf instruction for a living, but I'm in conversations right now with a couple different golf courses here in Orlando to give golf lessons for a little while for free on the house for these golf courses. And it's part of a case study that I'm doing for KPI Golf. And I've mentioned this before, but a big part of our belief system is that golf lessons are a hugely underutilized marketing asset for country clubs. See, the thing is, golf is, if you know anything about marketing, golf is like the model considered buying process. It's not like buying a Snickers bar at the supermarket where you just grab it and, you see it and then you pull the trigger immediately. It's a considered buying process, meaning that if you're going to join a country club or otherwise commit a serious amount of time and dollars to playing the game, it takes you a while to get to the point from figuring out, oh, golf is something I could try, to golf is really something that I want to invest in and spend a bunch of time and energy and money doing. So the problem is golf courses, are asking beginners to come up with $100 an hour or $50 an hour or pay a bunch of money for a series of lessons, things like that, and to basically figure out the game on their own or invest a bunch of money up front before they ever know if they like the game or not, So it's our contention that, and no golf courses are doing this, so I'm just going to go do it and prove to them that it works. I'm going to document the whole thing, video, audio. I'm going to keep up with the people that come out. So basically, the basis is, have a golf course, consider, a first or second level year instructor. So a younger guy that kind of knows the game. You don't have to overpay. It's not going to be technical lessons. This is going to be stance, grip, alignment, posture, helping them feel comfortable around the club, just basic stuff. And that'll be that person's job. And the salary that you pay that person to give lessons and to find people that'll be willing to come out to your golf course and try golf for free, that'll be their job. And that's it. And that salary that the country club is paying is considered a marketing expense. It's not necessarily payroll. It should be considered like a marketing expense because that's what that person is there for. And if you do the math on $40,000 a year salary or whatever it might be, we use the number 40,000 because it's sort of like an entry level sort of thing. And that equates to $20 an hour. And this guy will be giving the math that I was doing was, 5 days a week doing 12 30-minute lessons. And those would be for anybody that signs up. Could be individuals, could be 10 people, whatever. But for each 30-minute lesson, if you do the math, it's $10. A $10 marketing spend for the country club to have people come out and at their facility, playing golf, hitting balls, experiencing it, having fun. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be that guy. And so I'm in conversations with these clubs, and it's surprising that, some of these clubs are so apathetic. Like, a couple of them that I reached out to, they just, the general manager is like, just not very interested. And it's like, it's easier for them to not do it and to just sort of sit back and hope things work out. And, it's amazing that, somebody that's supposed to be leading the club is doing literally nothing to market the club, and the club is struggling, and so I imagine, I'm not going to say who it is or where, but I imagine their time there is probably pretty short. At least if I was an owner, they'd be out. But anyway, I've got the ear of a couple different clubs, and I'm going to set up a time. I'm gonna donate an hour or two a week, and I'm going to do it for 6 weeks. And I'm going to market the thing myself. I'm going to have people register online. And when they register, of course, I'll be getting their name and email address, and I'll be following up and hitting them with helpful materials and things like that, and working to engage them, working to get them to invite others out there. And I have zero self-interest in this other than the documentation of the experience and the results. So, which is exactly what we advocate. You will, if you deploy a free lesson program, and you can picture this as a player, right? So, as a player, or just as a human, it's like these schemes, like a free trial, stuff like that. You just know on the back end there's somebody that's going to approach you like a used car salesman and get you to sign up for crap. And the idea for a golf course to commit to this is that there is none of that. That car salesman stuff sabotages their enjoyment. It sabotages the amount of referrals that you're going to get as a result of it. So conversely, you offer these free lessons, people come out, you have a great time, they meet other people, and you let them go, and they can come back next week. They can bring their whole family, and they can come as many times as they want. There's no limit, and there's no hard selling. And when you do the math on the average lifetime value or average annual value of a new paying customer at your facility, and in particular, if you're a private club, a new member, if you do the math, total gross revenues divided by the number of members is probably a pretty healthy number, what an average member is worth to you. And now you've got a much better chance of converting some small percentage of that free golf population into members if you allow them to work through that considered buying process by way of free golf lessons, fun, no hard upsells, meeting other people, getting plugged into the club, feeling comfortable, making that club their home, their friendly place. They're going to feel most comfortable at your facility, and now you got them. And if you truly go about it without hard selling them, they're going to come out to a few sessions where initially they might be a little bit reluctant or, suspicious. But after they come out for a few and just see that it is genuine basics instruction and it's a chance for them to try the game and they can bring their kids and have some fun and whatever, they're going to invite their buddies. And so I'm going to do that. I'm going to get people to sign up online. I'm going to build a database. I'm going to market it myself. The club will have nothing to do with it unless they want to. Anybody at the club will be able to bring their friends or invite people, and it's going to be there. And I'm going to see how many people I can get to come out. And the thing is that it's basics golf instruction. So, and that's really important in the model because you don't want to cannibalize your paid lesson revenue, right? So you probably, if you're a club, you probably have instructors that are out there already, and they may feel a little bit grumpy, and we've heard this already, like, well, what are our paid instructors going to do? Everybody's going to take the free lessons. Well, no, not if you keep your content to ultra beginner stuff, grip, alignment, posture, repeat, and ingrain those basics, maybe a little short game, but ultra basic stuff, and never get into anything deeper than that. Then people are going to transition out of that free program and want to get some real instruction and some higher level stuff or custom stuff or video or launch monitors and things like that. And they're going to be asking for that next step. Obviously, the free has to have some limitations. And in that circumstance, you're actually feeding the instructors. It's like the farm system for the instructors. So when I'm doing this locally here and this sort of trial run, 6 weeks isn't long enough. You know, the average buying process for a member is months, not weeks. But this will be a public golf course, so that curve is much quicker. So the transition to be able to go out onto a public course and, you know, play 3 or 6 holes or something is much quicker than if you were asking them to pony up 40 grand for a new membership. You know, that'll be a much longer time period, but the wins are bigger. But anyway, 6 weeks is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to document it. And anybody that wants additional help, I'm not in the business of teaching at the golf course, so any extra help that people want is going to be referred to the instructors there on the course or at the facility. Any business that comes of that is going to go to the facility. And like I said, I have no self-interest in the game, only in proving that the system works and to document how many bodies come out and how much revenues are going to be generated, and if any new members come of it, or new people coming in, and how much money they spend in the restaurant and that sort of stuff. And I'll survey them, things like that. So should be pretty interesting, and I'm going to roll that out pretty soon. So I will be sure to update you guys. But let me know what you think about the program. I've written an ebook on it for KPI Golf. It's on our website. I'll put a link on my website for this with this podcast, and it's it's called The Business Case for Free Golf Lessons, and it's a pretty interesting read, and it outlines sort of the basis of all this. And going to be deploying it here in Orlando, and we'll see how it goes. Have a great night, guys.